Hey friends, as of filming this video, it is Sunday, 6 October 2024 and I'm in KL right now. Just yesterday, I drove into Malaysia for the very first time after getting my VEP RFID tag. Good news, it was smoother than expected. At the Johor checkpoint, once our passports were stamped and returned to us, the barrier lifted up almost immediately. I was a bit surprised because usually I have to pay my touch and go card first before the barrier then lifts up. And so to be on the safe side, you know lah, Singaporean, kiasu, kiasi, kia everything. I double checked with the immigration officer and his reply was, and let me try to do my best imitation of it, you never see the barrier go open ah. So just in case you don't know, if you already have the VEP RFID tag, then you don't need to use your touch and go card because the road charge will be deducted automatically via your VEP RFID tag. After that, the barrier will automatically lift up, and once the barrier is up, it means you're good to go. Of course, don't go all Dominic Toretto and put pedal to the metal, just drive away slowly. But don't be like me, don't be a noob and check with the officer, because if he or she is in a bad mood, then you might just get a, you never see the barrier go open ah. So yeah. Anyway, a viewer by the name of Curious714 left a comment in my previous video on the VEP. Well, you've done everything successfully, I was lucky. I'd like to know that have you actually tested it by entering JV with your newly installed tag. For the video you have not. Would like to see your next video that you do. Thank you for the great video. Thank you for the great comment. But this channel, Go Holiday, is supposed to be a travel channel focusing on hotel reviews and travel vlogs, but okay, you know what? Just for you, Curious714, and also anyone else who's just as Curious714, I'll share my experience. Now, obviously I couldn't film at the Johor checkpoint, so I can't show you what happened there earlier on, but I can tell you that from Singapore to KL, I drove through the RFID lane about 6 times, and every single time the VEP RFID tag worked. Let me show you a couple of examples. Here's one of me driving through the first RFID lane. The fee of RM 1.72 was successfully and automatically deducted. Here's a second one where I drive through another RFID lane, this time when exiting Seremban. And for good measure, here's a third one where I enter KL, again through the RFID lane. And here's my transaction history in my Touch and Go app. Not showing you this as proof or anything, but rather for you to know how it will show up when you look at your transaction history later. As you can tell from the examples I showed earlier, each time the barrier in the RFID lane lifted up automatically. If it doesn't, then most likely you don't have enough funds in your eWallet, which is exactly what happened to me when I tried to enter Seremban. The toll was a whopping 27 ringgit, but I only had 26 ringgit in my eWallet, so I had no choice but to put my hazard light on while I quickly reloaded my eWallet on the spot. There was already a line of vehicles behind me, so I'm lucky that no one beeped their horn at me. So one thing that no one seems to be talking about, at least not a lot, is the convenience of having a VEP RFID tag. It's just so much easier to drive through the RFID lane at the toll booths. No need to fumble around in your car for the touch and go card anymore. On the flip side, I know that some people will argue that this VEP tag makes it easier for the Malaysian authorities to track down your traffic offences, but to that, you know what? I say just be a good boy or good girl and drive safely and drive according to the law, and you won't have anything to worry about. Well, that's that. I hope you're satisfied, Mr. Curious714. Or is it Miss? Anyway, if you've already obtained your VEP or you're about to and you're wondering what else you need to do, there are actually 2 more things you need to do. Watch this video to find out.